Hello everyone, welcome back to Coach Craig's Sports. Today is Tuesday, February 8th, and this is the NBA DFS video for today. So in today's video, I'm going to be taking a look at the injuries in play for tonight's slate as the 10-game slate overall. We'll not be doing a recap since I did not make a video yesterday, but then I'll be going over both my picks on FanDuel and DraftKings for tonight's slate as well. But without further ado, we'll get into it with the injuries in play for tonight's slate. So we had the one lone 7 o'clock game with the Phoenix Suns and the Philadelphia 76ers. The Suns are without Frank Kaminsky, Abdul Nader, Dario Saric, Landry Shamet, and then Cam Payne is listed as doubtful to play, so he's unlikely to play once again. So pretty much what we've been looking at for this Suns team overall. Then on the 76ers side, we have Matisse Thybulle listed as questionable and Shake Milton and Ben Simmons listed as out. So we'll see if Thybulle is playing tonight or not. Obviously, if he doesn't play, Danny Green's probably going to be in that starting lineup tonight. Then we move over to the Pacers, who were without TJ McConnell, Miles Turner, and TJ Warren. And then Malcolm Brogdon, Isaiah Jackson, and Terry Taylor all listed as questionable to play. We'll see if they play tonight or not. Obviously, Malcolm Brogdon is going to be the biggest one out of that group. Then for the Atlanta Hawks, Lou Williams listed as doubtful, Danilo Gallinari listed as questionable, and John Collins listed as probable. I believe Collins and Gallinari played last time Lou Williams missed. Boston Celtics just without Bobo once again, so no changes there. For the Brooklyn Nets, no LaMarcus Aldridge, no Kevin Durant, no Joe Harris, no Kyrie Irving, no Paul Millsap. And then we do have James Harden, Nick Claxton, both listed as questionable play. Both have been dealing with hamstring injuries, so we'll see if they're back tonight. Obviously, they're going to need James Harden tonight, otherwise this game's not going to be very pretty overall. Then we move down to the Houston Rockets, who are without John Wall and Usman Garuba, and then Eric Gordon listed as questionable to play. He did miss the last time out. For the Pelicans, they are without Willie Hernan Gomez, Didi Lozana, CJ McCollum, who was just recently traded to them, and Zion Williamson. And then Garrett Temple listed as questionable. Josh Hart was actually traded away earlier today, too. So we'll see what that looks like in that starting lineup. Probably Herb Jones and Jackson Hayes starting once again, but we'll just have to keep an eye out on it as the day moves along. For the Clippers, they're without Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Jay Preston, and Jay Scrubb, so no changes there. For the Memphis Grizzlies, Aldama, Dylan Brooks, Yves Pons, and Killian Tilly all out. And then for the Detroit Pistons, they're without Josh Jackson, Isaiah Livers, and Pickett. And then Cade Cunningham, questionable once again. We'll see if he's finally back tonight or not. Then for the Dallas Mavericks, Tim Hardaway, Maxi Kleber, Kristaps Porzingis, all listed as out. Sterling Brown is questionable tonight. He's been out for quite some time, so we'll see if he's actually back tonight or not. For the New York Knicks, Derrick Rose still out, and then Quentin Grimes listed as questionable to play. He did end up missing last night's game. For the Denver Nuggets, we have Cancar and Murray out once again, then Austin Rivers listed as questionable, so no major changes there besides Austin Rivers. For the Milwaukee Bucks, Brook Lopez is listed as out, Grayson Allen listed as probable, and George Hill listed as questionable. George Hill's missed the past couple games. For the Lakers, they're without Carmelo Anthony and Kendrick Nunn once again. Dwight Howard is listed as questionable to play tonight, and then LeBron James and Anthony Davis both listed as probable for tonight's game. For the Orlando Magic, they're without Michael Carter-Williams, Markelle Fultz, R.J. Hampton, Jonathan Isaac, and Etuan Moore, so the same five there. And then Mo Wagner listed is a game-time decision. We'll see if he ends up playing tonight or not. For the Portland Trailblazers, they're without Eric Bledsoe, Josh Hart, Keon Johnson, Damian Lillard, Larry Nance, and Cody Zeller. And then Watford listed as a game-time decision, but expected to play. So could be an interesting little starting lineup here with no C.J. McCollum. We'll see who ends up in that starting lineup, actually, whether it's my boy Ben McLemore, whether Justice Winslow slides his way in. Really going to be an interesting slate in terms of Portland value tonight, so that's definitely something to explore. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to shake out. They are not in my core as of right now, but that could change throughout the day. And then for the Minnesota Timberwolves, they have Josh Okogie, Taurean Prince, and Naz Reid all listed as questionable. And then Patrick Beverley, D'Angelo Russell, and Wright all listed as game-time decisions, but expected to play. For the Sacramento Kings, Terrence Davis out once again, and then De'Aaron Fox and Marvin Bagley both listed as questionable. Both have missed quite a bit of time at this point. But with that being said, that's a quick little rundown on all the injuries in play for tonight's slate. There's a ton that we're going to be looking at, so I will be updating them as best as possible throughout the day. I'll also try to get an updated core out about a half hour prior to lock as well. But with that being said, we'll get moved over to DraftKings and talk about my picks over there. So we're going to start off at the point guard position with Patty Mills, $5,800, looking for 29 points out. Currently, I'm projected for 30 points tonight. Obviously, if James Harden does not play tonight, they're going to need Patty Mills to do a lot, but there also is a chance of him blow out then and maybe loses some minutes in that case. You can also look at a guy like Cam Thomas, who's $4,800 as well. Both those guys look pretty good on tonight's slate. Then at shooting guard, I went with Zaire Williams, $3,400. Been in the starting lineup for quite some time for the Memphis Grizzlies. A guy that's, just a pay down option. Probably not going to be a guy that sticks throughout the day, but you're only looking for 17 points out. I'm going to projected for 18, 19 points tonight. So this one will definitely change throughout the day, obviously, since he just got traded. It was Josh Hart at $6,500. If you want to look at like a Reggie Bullock at $5,600, you can look at him. He's been playing very well. There's a lot of different options that you could go with at this small forward position. Then at power forward, we have Mo Harkless, $4,000, been in that starting lineup, been over 40 points the last two games, been over this 20-point threshold that we're looking for out of him tonight the last three games as well. Playing decent minutes, Not a very good player, but a decent price tag and definitely could pay off for that price tag overall tonight. Then at center, we have Dwight Powell. He went up to $4,700, but he's been playing big minutes. You're looking for 23, 24 points at him. Currently, I'm projected for 26 points tonight. There is a little bit upside for more there, especially against this Detroit Pistons team overall. But if you go with these 5 players on the DraftKings side, you have $25,600 remaining, just over $8,500 per player. So definitely a little bit of room if you want to pay up for a stud, maybe even 2 studs on tonight's slate. You could probably make something like that work, or you can take a little bit more balanced approach, spread the wealth. There is going to be a little bit of value that does open up throughout the day, especially if there's any more trades coming in throughout the day. But with that being said, we'll get moved over to FanDuel and talk about my picks over there. So we're going to start off with the point guard position with Jalen Brunson, $5,800. Looking for 29 points out. He's averaging 30 on the season so far. Currently, I'm projected for 30 tonight. Has a little bit upside for more as we've seen in recent games as well. At shooting guard, I'm going with James Harden, $9,500. Just too cheap of a price tag tonight if he does end up playing. 47, 48 points is what you're looking for out of him. Got him projected for 54 points if he does end up playing tonight. If he doesn't, then obviously you're going to have to change this pick. Maybe it goes down to like a Patty Mills, a Cam Thomas, someone like that. Then at small forward, probably the best price on the entire slate is Brandon Ingram at $7,800, looking for 39 points out of him. Essentially was averaging on the season. We've seen him go over 40 the past 3 games when he's been back. We've seen him get 62.6 points against this very same Houston Rockets team the last time out. So at $7,800, that is a massive, massive value at this point in time. And then at power forward, going with Dwight Powell, $4,600, look for 23 points out of him. Currently, I'm projected for 26 points once again tonight. He's been playing bigger minutes, and he's been playing rather well. Then at center, I went with Bobby Portis at $6,200, looking for 31 points out of him. He's been fairly reliable at this point in time. He's had a couple of big boom games once again, so maybe we're chasing that just a little bit tonight, but still looking like a solid play overall. Currently, I'm projected for 32 points. Has a little bit upside for more, but has a little bit of downside for less, as we've seen in recent games. But with that being said, if you go with these 5 players on the FanDuel side, you have $26,100 remaining, just over $6,500 per player. So probably not able to pay up for like a stud or a higher priced player, but definitely be able to mix some mid-range values and maybe a couple cheap dart throws if you want to go in there and pay up a little bit at one other position if that's something that works out for you today. But with that being said, these are my picks for both FanDuel and DraftKings for today, February 8th. As always, if you have any questions related to NBA DFS, be sure to leave them in the comments below and I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. Also, be sure to let me know your favorite play on tonight's slate, whether it's on FanDuel or DraftKings. Heck, if you want to talk a little bit of Super Draft, definitely can do that as well. We will not be doing the Super Draft stream tonight. Unfortunately, got a couple other things going on today, so that stream will not be going on, but we'll be back at it tomorrow afternoon, so definitely be sure to check it out when that is back. And then with that being said, I'll be listing as many of the injury updates, COVID news, and starting lineups throughout the day as possible, as well as an updated core prior to lock, about a half hour or so. Since there's definitely going to be some things changing throughout the day, there's a couple things changing even since I got all my notes together, obviously with Josh Hart being traded at this point in time. But with that being said, if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Definitely would appreciate it. It helps to build the community that we're trying to build here at CoachCraigSports, which is one that's truly for you, the viewers, helping you with your DFS, whether it's NBA or NFL, helping you with your fantasy football team. So once that gets rolling once again, going to be talking a little bit of NFL news, some head coach hiring, some NFL draft prospects as we get closer to the NFL draft. And then with that being said, if you are a new or current subscriber who's yet to do so, also be sure to hit that notification bell down below. It's going to let you know every single time I post up a new video. Like I've been saying, I post up daily NBA DFS videos just like this. But with that being said, that's all I have for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed. And then last but not least, special little shout out to each and every one of you watching today's video. I truly do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Definitely means a lot to me, and I hope each and every one of you has a great rest of your day.